Hi, and welcome to this AI in C# video on the Microsoft Agent Framework, and a bit of unscheduled video about the AI Foundry, because there is some breaking changes and some new ways of doing things. Let me explain. So today, just a routine, I wanted to upgrade to the latest version of the Microsoft Agent Framework. And among them, there's the one for Azure AI Foundry. And you can see it's a small bump number here. But once you do that, you end up with a lot of things that does not exist anymore. So in the AI Foundry part. So the persistent agent is suddenly gone, and all of its data is gone. This might seem big, but sort of not, and sort of is, actually. The way you fix it is quite easy, luckily, in that you just switch the name from Microsoft Agents AI Azure AI to Microsoft Agents Azure AI Persistent instead. And I think this is some kind of backward compatibility more than this. Because why would they do this? Well, there is actually still a Microsoft Agents AI.Azure AI, which is the kind of strange thing. But the new thing in this is that it is not using the persistent agent anymore, the NuGet package for that, but it's using something called Azure AI Projects, which has been around for like a year, but and can do things like deploy models to Azure AI Foundry and stuff. But the new thing here is the Azure AI Projects OpenAI. This is like brand new from yesterday, and you can see for a Microsoft package only having 300 downloads. That is very, very, very new. And here it talks about it makes the availability of making agents on the AI Foundry. And my take on this, my rumor on this, is that something new is going to happen next week as of this recording during Microsoft Ignite 2025. They have already rumored that, but this is kind of an insight into what that is. And it talks about agents, and it talks about them being OpenAI. And they are OpenAI at the moment, but I think this sort of confirms that either agents will only be OpenAI forever, or there will be more Azure AI projects dot something for the other agents. But this is the new package, and apparently since this is here, but the persistent agent is not there anymore, there must be a new way of doing things. And I looked at the code and made a little sample about that. So in my repo that you can get on up on GitHub, of course, I have the Azure AI Foundry. But what I have done, let me close these so we can see it from the start, is that I put in all of the old ones. We don't know yet if it's an old one, if it's a way that it will not be maintained anymore, or whatever will happen. And in here, I have changed that to persistent. And once I did that, all the code works as before. So that is what you need to do right here and now if you're using AI Foundry. But then I tried the new one, and it is quite different, but also show a little what is to come. Because we need to instead use the Azure AI Projects AI Project Client. And this AI Project Client, as you can see, is in projects. So this is a new one as well. But the OpenAI part is there to specifically take care of some of the agents, it seems. And Despite this, from persistent client, the only thing that's changed is that you need to new it up in a URI instead of a string. Nothing special there. Then, instead of the various things we had that was called administration before, which was kind of odd anyway, it's now called agents. And here we see an interesting thing in that there are agent version. So it seems like we're gonna get version history in agents. So whenever you make an agent and then you change something, and version will be saved. So it's probably so you can roll back to a previous agent if someone makes a mistake or something like that. That's my guess at least. Interesting, when you make an agent like this, it actually doesn't show up in the AI Foundry yet, meaning the new GUI for all this is probably first gonna roll out during Ignite. The way you then do it is you make a name for the agent, that's normal, and then you have this new version creation options that needs to take in various things. And you can see there's something called prompt agent, container application agent, hosted agent definition, and image-based. Don't really know what it is, and I haven't had time to look into them, and I will probably wait until Ignite to figure out exactly what it is. But if we not need to make a normal agent, a prompt agent in this case, we give a model and we give the instructions. And in here, there's also reasoning options. That was not in persistent agent. And I complained about that when I made that video. But now they have it. But it also indicates that when we have this here, we can see that this comes from the OpenAI project. And that's the reason why reasoning can be there, because reasoning effort is only something for OpenAI. But they're putting it in, and if they are not making any others than .openai, then this is a bad design, or they will stay for OpenAI forever, or they might come in with a .Microsoft or a .llama and stuff like that, which is probably more likely. But the fact that they make different definitions for different agents is kind of interesting here. Beyond that, I haven't really checked out everything. I didn't see anything totally out of the ordinary in here. But we will see at Ignite probably. But then else it's quite a normal thing. You can just say client.getAI agent from the Foundry agents. The client can also give back the different versions it have and stuff. But else it works exactly the same. So we can run it, but it will look like normal. Only the thing is we can't see them up in Foundry. And they're not called persistent, but I guess they will still be persistent because that's the definition up in Azure. It could also be that this is a new setup that just make agents on the fly, but I kind of doubt it in the way Microsoft is doing things, because then there wouldn't be any audit on anything, and why then have a version if they are not persisted anywhere. But you can see as normal, after ChatGPT 5 Mini have thought about it, it will come back with an answer to the question. So that is actually everything. I'm just going to delete my agent again, which, okay, it couldn't actually find it. Fair enough. So it might not even save it, or it might be too new for that. I think I've made it delete in the past, but again, brand new stuff that we probably will know more about at Ignite. No, fair enough. We can't delete the agent at the moment, but that's fair. Cool. That is everything from today. See you on the next one.